Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Zach Attack is here with the Attack Line for Wednesday, April the 18th, 2012. Right, let's kick things off with the most emotional news of the day, as we have lost a true icon in the world of music and television. We mourn the death of Dick Clark, dying at the age of 82 of an apparent heart attack in a Los Angeles hospital, as being reported by many people. He had a stroke and everything in terms of form. Apparently, it was an outpatient hospital service, and he died at the age of 82 today. A lot of people, I don't have to go through them all. There's a lot of people mourning the death of a true icon. We all know him as the host of American Bandstand. About 30 years, launching many careers, many people on there. Who's who? The Jacksons, Madonna, Prince, John Mellencamp, the Go-Go's, Michael Bolton. So many people. It's a who's who. Wham, Anna Van, Sheila E. A lot of many people have been on that show. Jackie Wilson, Stevie Wonder, too many to name out here. Also, variously known as the host of the $25,000 Pyramid, those practical jokes and bloopers show of Ed McMahon. Remember those? Production company Dick Clark Productions, producing many award shows by many people, including me. Remember, he was the host of Dick Clark's New Year's Rocking Eve. Within the last couple of years, post-stroke's been hosting it with Ryan Seacrest. Ryan posted his tweet today, saying that I am deeply saddened by the loss of my dear friend Dick Clark. He has truly been one of the greatest influences in my life, thoughts, and prayers. He released a statement as well saying, when I first joined the show in 06, it was a dream come true to work with him every New Year's Eve for the last 6 years. Smart, charming, funny, and always a true gentleman. Learned a great deal from him. So many people paying the tributes. I only read just a snippet here. Many people have been mourning the death, including Blake Shelton. Reading on here, so proud I've had the chance to shake hands with Dick Clark in my lifetime. Great man. Clint Black said we lost one of the greatest men in show business. Dick Clark will be remembered with the utmost of my admiration and affection. Many people just say R.I.P. Snoop Dogg. Yes, Snoop Dogg. Well, rest in peace to the Dick Clark. You were a pioneer and a good man. So many people. It doesn't matter who it is, rock people, wrestlers, country people, everyone was affected by Dick Clark in some way, shape, or form by watching his shows when they were a kid, New Year's Eve, the Pyramid, American Bandstand, everyone had a big influence from Dick Clark. And of course, this means Ryan Seacrest will probably take over for New Year's Eve. He also had a bunch of restaurants too. I remember there was a Dick Clark restaurant at a local mall here in Michigan, Great Lakes Crossing. I used to go there all the time, looking at all the memorabilia, and ate some decent food. A little pricey, but decent place. So we need R.I.P. to Dick Clark, a true icon in the world of music and television. Thoughts and prayers go out to his family this Saturday. Alright, with that, on with your number ones, Billboard number ones, starting with your new number one album. Now, we all knew that Nicki Minaj was going to get kicked off this week. Late last week, it was reported that Adele might be returning to number one. But television was a big part in launching the number one album and the number one single. New number one album stemming from sales from his TV special on CBS. Lionel Richie, who debuted at number 2 weeks ago, is at number 1 this week with Tuskegee, thanks to his CBS special that aired this past Friday with 145,000. Speaking of help from TV, thanks in part with performances on Glee last week and his own performance of the song on SNL, we finally have a brand new number one. As Funds, We Are Young gets kicked off by Somebody That I Used to Know by Gautier. It's been steadily climbing, but specifically thanks to Glee and SNL, he is now number one in America. Congrats to Gautier. Speaking of TV shows, The Voice's Blake Shelton gets his 11th number one on the country charts with his song Drink on It, ending the 1-week reign of Lee Bryce's A Woman Like You. Congrats to all your new number ones. new number ones, all three of them. Number one album, number one single, and number one country single as well. So congrats to your new number one singles. Now, I mentioned this on the Atakline this past week, but I will address it. I know everyone's got an opinion on this. This past weekend was Coachella. They were doing it again. Maybe they're doing 2 weekends. The biggest talked about performance was Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre for all the wrong and right reasons. Despite many appearances from many people like Wiz Khalifa, Eminem, among others, the most talked about segment of the Snoop Dogg Dr. Dre performance was a Tupac hologram that appeared on stage doing Tupac songs. There's been a lot of stemming opinions about whether or not hologramming dead people is the way to go in preserving their legacy. My opinion on this is it's weird. I know they're trying their best. I know they don't mean any harm, but it's like weird to see a hologram on stage of someone who's dead. It's kind of weird to see that. I know they did like things like have Elvis's picture on screen with his band playing live, like Elvis the concert they did after he died. But this is different. A hologram is like weird, but it's they use technology to bring people back from the dead. This is uncommon, but having it big in rap like this, doing a big stage production makes it a big event. The thing about taking this Tupac hologram on the road, so we'll see what happens with that down the line with the Tupac hologram affecting not only rap concerts, but maybe they could do like a Beatles thing with John Lennon appearing on stage with McCartney one night. Who knows what will happen with this impact of the hologram? So there you go. On with yesterday, they announced the NFL schedule. I didn't make an Atakline yesterday to mention it. I was a little sick. I'm still a little sick, but that's why they make an Atakline yesterday. But of course, the NFL schedule was released, including for my beloved Bears. They kick off their season against the 49ers, and then the second game is against the Packers. Meanwhile, the Detroit Lions got a packed schedule, including 5 games, including against the Bears, having another Monday Night Football game. But the biggest talk has been the Broncos, as the Broncos, with new quarterback Peyton Manning, kicks off their season with a game against the Steelers. And the big games include Pats against the Broncos in Week 5. Also, Thanksgiving, the Lions get the Texans. Bad team after getting the Packers last year. But decent schedule for NFL people, including the Jets getting some decent games with the new quarterback Tebow. Well, maybe temporary with the other guy, Mark Sanchez of all people. So there you go, NFL schedule release. First game. Season opener will be on a Thursday, like September something. I think September 5th, I think. It'll be the reigning champs, the Giants, taking on the Cowboys at home. There you go. NFL schedule is released. Now, I didn't mention this, but I'll mention it. The Voice. A lot of things happened on The Voice this week. I don't watch The Voice, but I watch like recaps. And Voice broke a new song from one of the judges. Adam Levine's band Maroon 5 has got their new album, Overexposed, coming out in June 26th. They released the first single, premiering it on The Voice, Payphone, with, yes, don't adjust your screens, Maroon 5 with Wiz Khalifa. I kind of like this song. It's kind of a breakup song. It's like, I've had a payphone, trying to call her the change I've wasted on you. One more fucking love song, I'll be sick. Coming from the new album. And decent song. I kind of like it. It's not as bouncy as Blues like Jagger, but still okay. Okay, single. Alright. Also on The Voice last night doing a results show, Justin Bieber came on, preparing a new preview from his upcoming clip for Boyfriend, and also releasing his release date for his album. 1 week before Maroon 5's release, June 19th, will be the release of his somewhat anticipated new album, Billy. So there you go, some news from The Voice this week. New Maroon 5 single, and Bieber's album release date. Now, on with a lot of TV news. Speaking of The Voice and other TV shows, on with Dancing with the Stars premiered their new dance duo last night, and finally, Gavin DeGraw went bye-bye. Gladys Knight, you're next in my mind. The way they did it with the fact that it was like, they have the dancers duel, they just voted on who goes home. That kind of making the fans' votes useless now. Have the judges decide who goes home. That's kind of weird. we'll see how that fails out. But Kevin McGraw wasn't that good. He was okay, but he had to go. There's so many great people. So Gavin's out. I say probably Gladys is next. Then they'll probably get rid of Melissa Gilbert. So Gladys and Melissa are in my mind the next two to go. Hopefully the next 2 weeks the man gets it right. Well, let's say the judges get it right if they choose who goes home in the bottom two. There you go. Now on my thoughts on last night's Glee, which was Saturday Night Glee for Saturday Night Fever based episode. Now it's getting called melancholic because it's like the last couple episodes of the season. It's all about people and what they're gonna do at the high school. Finn's now decided he wants to go to acting school in New York with Rachel and her whole thing. Mercedes wants to be famous and her YouTube videos posted by Sam. Now a lot of drama. It was an okay episode last night. Sue's probably a little bit more nicer. Still a little mean, but not as mean as she once was. Other things happening. We didn't see much of Quinn in this episode. We didn't see much about maybe the next couple weeks with Seal. But we saw next week's episode will be the Whitney Houston episode. Unlike the past tribute episodes to single artists, it won't be a tribute to Whitney's career. It'll be using her songs to say goodbye to all the graduating Gleeks. So there you go. Okay, Glee last night. On with my thoughts on tonight's Modern Family at 9 o'clock, ABC. Last week they returned after a couple weeks off with a new episode, The Election Day for Claire, Congresswoman. She lost. And I hope for another great episode this week. I hope it's a little more funnier. It was okay last week, great return, but it's Modern Family. Hope it's another great one tonight at 9 on ABC. That is it for my attack map for today. I'll see you all later. With that in mind, y'all been attacked. Better news from Zach. Thank you all very much for watching. See you all later. Once again, R.I.P. to Dick Clark. The Buttman. On the bandstand, R.I.P. Dick. See ya. Bye-bye. Yeah.